Rams session here, and welcome back. I just first want to say I went on break basically, and thanks for being patient. Now here's what I basically do. This is week 5. I've actually lost some of the footage. You know, I lost the second game against the Steelers. I either lost the first or second game against, I think it was the second game of the Steelers, and the third game of the season against the Ravens. Now, with those two games lost, mainly because of storage issues with my Mac, I'm sorry. It just got destroyed. Now, before we could ramble on to that, I wasn't happy with the games I was playing. You know, 38s, all those kind of games. They weren't fun because everything was just letting happen, and it was getting boring. So I was thinking of setting up a new one, or not new one actually. Got new sliders really. I'm hoping for more 3-and-out kind of games, you know, closer games than it used to be. So I changed it up a little bit. Now fatigue, I'm gonna go to about 69, 70. There, mid threshold. Whoops, I'm gonna go back up to 15. Now the rest of that is, for the most part. Actually, they had this about 65, 15, 65. And then I did this, the penalty is a little bit, there it is. But this is the slider set here I'm using. They're all mostly near default, except for a few tweaks there, here and there. Now, I tested this out with a Bears franchise, and I was playing the Vikings, and it wasn't 100%. It was close because the sliders and the way the game played was really fun and entertaining. But if you also saw it, it was like I was down 20-0 at halftime, which made no sense because my defense couldn't do anything, couldn't get to the quarterback, and couldn't get to and just couldn't cover. So I think we're gonna have to actually move pass blocking down to 37. We'll see how that goes. If it's too easy to get there like this, I lost 38-21, right? The games were just too big. I also lost to the Ravens, who are now 4-0. And they won like 30-something in overtime. But here's what I want to go into. And there's just one deal that I think is outrageous. Not because the player doesn't deserve it. I'm just saying, from his position, I just don't think they have the money to really do it. Now with it, it is the Texans. Now they brought in, I think they just re-signed J.J. Watt, right, for close to $100 million, right? They just brought in 6 years of Clowney for $103. Like, holy shit. How are you going to make that much money? And Sharif Floyd got signed for a decent enough deal for a defensive player, and so did Desmond Trufant. Now, Vontez Burfict was another one, but there's not much out here that needs to get a new deal. Now, for us, our biggest player on the contracts negotiation is Vontae Davis. He wants $10 million for 1 year. I'm not liking that. I just don't. I'm thinking we either lowball him, like, probably, he's 28-9, right? And his coverage isn't great. Like, I would give you $10 million if your coverage was in the 90s or almost 90s, but you're not. So at this point, I'm willing to offer him, you know what, I'll do it right now, and if he says no, then he says no. First of all, I'll give you the signing bonus of $250. But then you're only getting a salary of about $5. So $748. See? He doesn't like it. So we can try again next week. I'll maybe up it to about 5.6, 5.7. I'll try to get him to about an $8 million deal. I'm not giving him 10. I don't want to give him either 9. Now the next two are Joe Patino and Christian Kirksey. Now the problem is, I want you guys to know, or I want you guys input on them. Do you want me to bring them back? Now, Joe Patino is the second weakest position now on our offensive line, with only 82 and 85 behind our center A.Q. Shipley. And on the middle linebacker spot, Kirksey is great, except for coverage. He cannot cover to save his ass. Now again, another player that I would like to bring back. Now, the only thing I would like to kind of bring back about Christian Kirksey is if he had better ability to rush the passer, then I would bring him out and move them all to the side, but he doesn't have that ability. Plus, we have two outstanding guys there. Now, I don't want to take up too much of this video before we get into the game, but I'm thinking about bringing him back, but not for the big-ass deal he wants over 5 years. So let me know in the comments what you think and what you've done. Now, sorry for that I lost the games, but we got Week 5 against the 0-4 Cincinnati Bengals. So, let me know and see you. Alright, so we're back. This video is going to be a little bit longer with that introduction about the big things happening there. We're 2-2 after the 2 straight losses. Sorry for those games. I'm sorry about that. We're 13-13, though, in the overall aspect of offense-defense. So we're playing a little bit better offensively than we did last year. I think offensively we were in the bottom 25, I think. Like we're 25-32, somewhere around that way. Now, our defense is struggling to get some sacks a little bit. Like, we used to be in the backfield probably every 5 out of 7 plays or maybe something like that. Now it's like maybe 2 or 3 times out of 7 without our man, Emmanuel Ogbah. Now, you see number 52. Jamion Smiley is starting at that left outside linebacker spot with Ogbah out for 3 more and Micah Hyde out for 4 more, I'm sorry. That was without Jeremy Collins and Clint Boying. Now, Jeremy Collins is actually, with them signing him, or drafting him, they have put Jeremy Hill on the trade block. So that could be something there. As the first play, they give it off to Bernard, and he gets shut down by Smiley. Does a spin that was unnecessary and gets hit for it. Now, later on, a 2nd and 10. Back to pass, looks immediately pressured, but he finds Brendan LaFell for a 1st down. And gets him to the 31-yard line. Now they got another 1st down, but there's a flag, and it looks like a false start as the left tackle jumped. And not good for him so far. Penalties have been getting a lot more since. Mostly roughing the passer has been the biggest one. As it's getting a little bit ridiculous, though. But back to pass after the penalty, back to all day to throw. See, that's what the pressure I'm talking about is he throws incomplete as he just threw it out of bounds to A.J. Green. Now 2nd and 15. Pistol formation, back to pass again. Pressure moves outside. Looks and can't get away from Muhammad Wilkerson, who has played a lot better than he did last year. I think he's got... I played this game and the Dolphins game, which would be next week, as Jeremy Hill gets a nice gain of here, but they'll punt it away. I think he had like 4.5, 5 sacks in the first about 6 games than he did all last year. I'm pretty sure he only had like 6 or 7 sacks at the end of the year. He's already getting there, so hopefully he's going to be worth that deal as the great punt to the 1-yard line right there as it starts us up bad. Here we go. It's a handoff to Carlos as he gets a gain of like 3 to the 4-yard line. Not much going. As the next play, I formation once again. And they do it. Play action pass. Looking. Throws. Got a man wide open. It's Nick Jacobs for a big 1st down gain of 18 yards. So we got we have some promise with Case Keenum. I just don't like the turnovers and some of the inaccuracy he throws has, or the throws he has, as Daniel Brown gets laid down after a gain of 5 to 27. 10 minutes and 15 seconds to go. They hand it off Kerwin Williams, and he's got a 1st down and a gain of 6. That 1-2 punch hasn't really done as much as hasn't really exploded as I expected it to. But it's still a lot bit better than what it was last year. As what a grab by Kamar Aiken. Like I don't understand some players like Kamar Aiken. He'll drop open passes for the most part, but in double coverage or in single tight ass coverage, he'll make a great ass catch as almost sacked but incomplete there. And sorry for my cursing. If you don't like my cursing, you know, I mean, I don't know what do you want me to say about that? You know, as now play action pass looks finds Carlos as he's hit up by Kawan Williams to the 47. And we got a good opening drive here, starting from our 1-yard line. Next play, 3rd and 1. Hand off to Williams and keeps the drive going. 2-yard gain and a 1st down. Nice job there by this offense. Again, 13th best in the league right now. Not great accomplishment, but not a terrible feat. You know, I'm fine with being the top average teams. You know, as Nick Jacobs does a weird little hurdle jump thing there. As we remember last year, one of those bad plays against the Bengals, it was not good. Is now back to pass, looks deep. He's got Nick Jacobs again, and he sweeps in against Kerwin Williams, touchdown. And there is his team leading fourth, I believe. I'm sorry, his fourth touchdown there. As here comes Andy Dalton, 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, almost 1,000 yards. He's playing decent. I wouldn't give him the credit though because they're 0-4. As Bernard gets a nice carry, a gain of 4 there. But looking at it, you know, it's like they're the worst in the division so far. The Baltimore Ravens, for some reason, are number 1, and the Steelers right after them. So look at that. The offensive line is, for the most part, brand new, except for the right guard, Zettler. But in real life, he goes to the Browns next season. So Bernard here with a nice carry behind Zettler and gets him 10 to the 37. Having some decent rushing attacks. So why not keep it on the ground, right? But 2nd and 5, 4 minutes to go. They'll do it. Hand it off. Bernard gets shut down by Brandon Marshall, our leading tackler. That was just devastating there. Now 3rd and 5. Back to pass. Wide open man. LaFell again breaking tackles, pushing forward with a strength to the 49. And a first down. Gets him going. Now later on. Back to pass. 1st down and 10. Dalton looking. All day to throw. Looks. Finds A.J. Green. Literally, they only have 2 receivers on this team as he gets them to the 33. Next play. Ball at the 22. 45 seconds left. Hand up Bernard. Not getting much. Fumbles the ball and somehow recovers it. Ball at the 25. A loss of 3. Now later on a 3rd and 5. And with Bernard back in there. Now back to pass. All day to throw again. No one stepping up as he finds Malcolm Floyd, I believe the former Cardinal and Patriots, as he gets him to the 6. Now later on, 1st and goal. Bernard in the backfield with Dalton. Back to pass again. And all day again looks in the end zone, and he's got Tyler Eifert with a tiptoe catch in the back half of that as a big catch there. And my way of words is like off right now. Off. As we'll get the ball back for the 2nd time. Now tied at 7. Handoff, and Carlos Williams on 2nd for his stuff. No gain. And really, 3rd down coming up. Back to pass now. Keenum. And you just silence right there. What the hell was that? A wide open player, and he just throws it 6 yards in front of the guy. So we'll get the ball back. 2nd and 6 now. Decent game going on here. 2nd quarter going. Back to pass. Dalton all day to throw again. Throws. Dangerous pass, but he's got A.J. Green to the 32. Now, with the fact that I talked about Kursky, his cover skills is the biggest concern, like I said. But he's doing decent enough in this season so far. So we'll see later on. Now, 2nd and 12, back at the 40-yard line, back to pass. Andy Dalton looking. Looks, finds LaFell again. Davis, for some reason, is like so far behind the receivers. I don't know why. He says he plays aggressive. He doesn't. Now 3rd and 3. Back to pass. Dalton looks, throws, and it's caught by Floyd. Somehow, he gets it just as Brandon Marshall turns around. Now next play. Handoff and a read option, actually, which is weird for Andy Dalton to do, but he gets nothing. There's Kursky. Loss of 4. Now back to pass all alone. Looking, pressure immediately, throws, and there's a flag, and it's caught by A.J. Green. Cody Riggs couldn't even do anything to that. But there's a flag, and it would be an extra 15. Roughing the passer, Bjorn Warner, who's playing actually pretty well at that right end. But can't do that. Like I said, roughing the passer calls are getting out of hand. I'm not going to change anything about him, though, because it brings a realism to the game. There's some that make no sense. Like in the next game against the Dolphins, make no fucking sense. But, so again, sorry for my cursing. Later on, a 3rd and 21, they'll be backed up. There's a flag there by the right tackle, number 71. Pushes them back 5. Now back at the 28. 3rd and 26, and they does it again. 71 on the the pump fake, play action little thing there. He gets called for it again. They're moving back to the 33. He's just in disbelief how many times he can do this. 3rd and 31. Back. And there it is, that trifecta, hat trick, whatever you call it. Another false start. It's 3rd and 36. So the catch, the face, or the rough and the pass are all negated. Now back to pass, looking, pressured, and he's getting brought down. Fumbles the ball, and again, somehow he recovers this by spinning on top of it. Jordan Warner with the sack. So he'll make up for it, I guess, a little bit. I don't know how. Now back to pass, and almost sacked again. Again, the left tackle is our best pass blocker, yet he gives up the most pressure. Makes no sense. I don't know why. Bilal, 2nd down and 10. Back to pass, looks, finds Nick Jacobs, breaks a tackle, but out of bounds. Gain of 6. Closing in on 100 yards of passing today, as it's a 3rd and 4. Empty backfield, Case Keenum back. Looks, throws, caught. It's Kenner Wright, outscapes the defense. Here he goes, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, a local can't catch, goodbye. Touchdown, 72 yards. My favorite receiver, really. Okay, I would put him 2nd now because Julio Jones is fantastic. I love Julio Jones. He's a fucking beast. As we get the ball back, now it's Andy Dalton fumbles it again, and you guessed it, they recover it. This time it's the right tackle, Philfer, or whatever his name is. Now it's a 2nd and 9. Ball at the 26. Stop running the ball, Dalton. You're going to fumble it too much. As he finds Eifert for a 1st down, gain of 10. He's only thrown 2 incompletions as they have a big day. I think EA needs to really fix their all-man difficulty because it's getting ridiculous for some of these things. Like the pass blocking on our team just makes no sense. The QB accuracy makes no sense. Like you shouldn't be passing it with like a 95% computer accuracy if you have pressure in your face. Now later on a 3rd and 11, they find Bernard and shut down just short of the 1st down by Marshall, but there's a flag. We'll see who that one's on. And it is roughing the passer again. 2nd one of the day, and this one by Jamie Collins, who's probably was our better pass rusher in the first 2 games, but he kind of died off. So maybe he needs that competition as they find Michael Floyd to the 24 with Emmanuel Ogbah. So maybe if Emmanuel Ogbah comes back in like week 8, week 9, he'll be better. I don't know. It all depends. But now they find Brendan LaFell, who drops it. Great job breaking that up as it's incomplete with Kushan Jarrett, P.J. Williams, Cody Riggs, all of those guys there as they bring him down to the 4. Now we get the ball back. Williams in the backfield, back to pass, pressure immediately. They bring a blitz, throws, wide open man though is Nick Jacobs, and he's into opponent territory to the 43 with the clock winding down. It's a 4-point game. Now with 36 seconds left. Again, not using the timeouts. Looks deep, throw, and tries to escape, actually, and gets sacked by Geno Atkins. And again, we're not... Finally, we call a timeout, actually, with about 28 seconds to go. And like I said, this game's going to be a little bit longer, but it's not terribly longer. As we find Kendall Wright dropping this one. He's not the perfect guy, you know, but he's still my favorite receiver with the speed and elusiveness he has. The 3rd probably would be Philip Dorsett. You know, he doesn't really play much, but based on his... you know, overall and stuff, but, you know, he's still a good player. As Gino and Bernard with the final play in the half will get him a gain of a 4, and we'll go up. We'll go to half up 14-10. Now, we've had some troubles, but we've had some, well, our offense has been decent, you know. For some reason, we have the 13th offense, but we don't really take time off the field half the time because we are explosive. You know, we score really fast. Like Kendall Wright and Nick Jacobs' 2 catches were big passes that were caught and scored. We don't take too much time off the field. So, if you look at us, we have 13 yards rushing. And it's a big reason why we can't take time off the field. 4 for 6 to start this game. Look at that. 4 for 6 right now in the 3rd quarter. It's been downright destructive. It's just been downright terrible for our rushing attack. As now... Case Keenum back to pass, looks, finds, and what a grab. Chris Hogan, nice throw, nice catch. 204 yards now with Case Keenum with 7 incompletions and 2 touchdowns. So, Chris Hogan kind of become, you know, not really talked about as we find Corey Coleman here. Looks, gets away from 1, and got room inside the 30 to the 26-yard line. A gain of 20. Or 30, I'm sorry. What a play there. Now later on, 1st out of 10. Little handoff. There goes Carlos Williams. His best run of the day by far. a gain of 8. That is sad. Next play now. In the backfield, they hand it off. Makes a move, makes another one, and Carlos Williams in the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. How about this offense? Being a dangerous one, actually. You know, if that could be more consistent, this could be a terrifying team again since the 60s. So, I mean, they have a long way to go still, but they could be. Now back to play. First down and 10. Dalton, wow, what a throw and catch by, or what a catch there by Brendan LaFell. Gets him a gain of only 3, but it's a nice grab. I'm sorry if I sound tired. I am. 3rd and 7. Now back to pass. Wide open man, Brendan LaFell again. Seriously, they only have 2 players. Brendan LaFell and A.J. Green right now. I mean, they also have thrown it to Floyd, but he hasn't really been found much lately. And then they got Tyler Eifert who had the catch, but that was it. Bernard, again, shut down in the backfield. Carl Nassib and Koshawn Jarrett, who's actually, you know, we signed him for a pretty small deal at the end of last year. And he really lost his job, but he hasn't been really complaining as he's playing pretty decent in these past few times here. As incomplete there, 4th down, we'll get the ball back. Now we'll try a little receiver screen as Kendall Wright makes a man miss and gets 20. So 254, 2 big 20 to 30 yard plays in the last 2 completions. Now a 3rd and 3 though. Back to pass, looks, and it's intercepted by Denard. Terrible throw, terrible decision. He thought Kendall Wright could play well on that decision. Just a terrible throw. Terrible. I don't know how many times I have to say it. Now back to go. 2nd and 6. Dalton back. Pressure again in his face. And he's sacked. Jordan Warner again. Wilkerson kind of came back there, but I don't think they were credited for it. As it's a 3rd and 17. Back to pass. Dalton looking. All day. Throws short to Bernard. And it's a 4th down. We'll get the ball back. Nothing too much done. But it's a great job there. Now at the 17. Looking back. Throws. Terrible throw again. It's picked up by Shaw. And untouched to the end zone. They're back in the game. Down 4. 4 is how I like to say things apparently. As now they're trying to get they're down 5. Trying to get a 2-point conversion. And as Green is in motion. Back to pass. Pressure. And he is sacked by Cody Riggs. And they will not get the 2-point conversion. So 5-point game. We'll get the ball back. Next play. Looking. Finds Corey Coleman. Makes one man miss. And powering through 2 tacklers to get a 1st down. Again, he's kind of been overlooked. Half the players on my team have been overlooked because they have decent times and then they go to shit and not heard of, and then they come back with some decent plays. As Kerwin Williams gets a nice gain here of 10, but short of the 1st down. Now with 3rd and inches. Whitlock and Williams in the backfield. It's just a question of who gets it. They'll give it to Williams this time, and Williams will get a 1st down. He's got 52, but with 11 carries, and the only touchdown with a beautiful little cutback jukes. As Kerwin Williams this time plopped by Kawan Williams, a former teammate of his, as the 3rd quarter ends on this play. 3rd and 2, and they pass it. There's Coleman again. Back jukes, and gets to the 15. Corey Coleman's got 3 big plays so far in this game. Now it's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Looking for something. No one open. Great coverage. Looking. Finally pressured and throws it away before he gets hit by Carlos Dunlap. Incomplete. 3rd and 9 now. As we have Kogan in motion. Back to pass again. No one going. Incomplete. And we will take a field goal opportunity here from Cody Parquet, who's also, I don't know why that happened, but, you know, he's also at his contract year. He wants like 5 years, 18 mil, as they find AJ Green over the middle, spins a move, and he's off to the races to the 30. 20, can Dougal get him? No, he can't. Touchdown. Late tackle there. They won't call anything as it's a touchdown. 10th passing touchdown this season, or on the season for Andy Dalton, and they have a chance to tie the game here with a 2-point conversion again. They fail on the last one. They hand it off. Bernard fumbles the ball in the end zone, and we will recover it. Davis really hit it out of there. I guess if you can credit who got it. But we'll get the 2-point lead right now as we hand it off or throw it to Hogan. Who's got a few. Like I said, my words jumbled. Now 3rd and inches. As we have Whitlock and Williams in the backfield again. Who will get it this time? They'll give it back to Williams, who'll get a 1st down and get him to the 41-yard line. 63 in the air. Case Keenum in the backfield. He's thrown 2 interceptions so far into the day. Back to pass. Looking. Throws. He's got Kerwin Williams. Nice play to stay in bounds. Makes a man miss. And gets a first down to the 44. Nice play there. Next play. 3rd and 8. Back to pass. And he's hit incomplete. Almost picked off by Carlos Dunlap. On a 3rd tackle. Or 3rd almost sacked by Michael Johnson there. Now look at the ball back with 2nd and 10. And they'll throw and get a big catch again. Brennan LaFell. Again, Vontae Davis is like 5 to 10 yards behind the receiver every time they do that little curl route. Now, if it was my control player, I would be like probably doing the same thing though. As they find A.J. Green on a 2nd down and 5 for a gain of 4. 3rd and 1. A big difference maker here. 8 minutes to go. Next play, they hand it off, and Bernard, I don't think, got it. No gain for Jordan Warner, Danny Shelton, all of those guys on the defense, and we'll get the ball back. Now a 2nd and 5. Coleman in motion. Back to pass. Looks. Intercepted by Vontaze Burfict. The 3rd INT on the day for Case Keenum. That would be his final play in the day, whatever they call it. Now they get the ball back on a 3rd and 8. They haven't been really anything to do with it again. As they throw it out of the end zone, they'll take a field goal opportunity to take the lead. 4th and 8. 5:50 to go. And the kick is good. Down the middle. And we are trailing for the first time in today's game. 25-24. So can Mike Glennon lead this team in the final 5 minutes? Back to pass. They throw and a nice catch by Wright. Get him to the 48. He's got 100 yards on 3 catches. Next play. Glennon. Back to pass. Looking. No one open. Throws. That's caught by Carlos. And there's a flag. What's it going to be on? Is it hold or is it going to be roughing the passer call? It is the roughing the passer call. So we'll get the field goal range. So we have a chance to take the lead back with Geno Atkins giving the mistake, or having the mistake there, as now we'll get the ball at the 22, 2nd and 9 and 10. Back to pass. Glennon. Looking. Throws. Caught by Daniel Brown. And he has got a first down inside to the 10-yard line. 3 for 4, 41 yards. So he's doing a decent enough job as the quarterback here. Just needs a field goal opportunity. Now back to pass. He is sacked. This time Johnson is not going to be denied a sack. His first. Next play, 2nd and goal at the 17. Looks, pressured again, throws deep, and it is in double coverage. It's picked off by Shaw again in the end zone. Touched back, and we need a defensive stop. Later on, a 3rd and 13. Or 3rd and 13. 3rd and 3. Back to pass, and it is incomplete by Brandon Marshall. You're not going to get this one, and we'll get the ball back with a chance. Now later on, a 2nd and 10, under 2 to go. Back to pass, throws, and it's caught. What a grab there by Carlos Williams. Now at midfield, 2nd and 2, 1:18 to go. Back to pass. He's going to take it up and run it himself. Glennon, first down and more, 9 yards. Getting him to the 49. Or 41, I'm sorry. First down and 10. Needing a field goal, that's all we need. Back to pass, looks, intercepted again by the most bullshit interception I've ever seen. Iloka turns is right in front of Nick Jacobs. Right behind Nick Jacobs. Turns as soon as the ball is thrown, turns as soon as the ball gets there somehow magically, and picks it off. That is some bullshit that I've ever seen. Look at a first down there and escape with the victory because of that bull crap. Because of that bull crap. You could tell I'm pissed off because of that. As we will lose 25-24 to the team who didn't even win a game until today. This is some what the hell crap. Thanks for watching. Sorry for it being longer. There's some big news coming up in the next week or so. Thanks for watching and see you.